Hey guys, it's Ellie. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. So in my last video, I shared how I could make a whole nother video talking specifically about nutrition, and a lot of you guys in the comments said that you would love to see that. So that is what I'm recording for you guys today. Before I start, I just want to say that I am not a nutritionist, I am not a dietitian. I just want to share my personal experience when it comes to fueling properly for athletics because I think it can help a lot of you guys out there. So let's get into the video. First, I want to start off by sharing personal mistakes that I've made when it comes to nutrition. Number one is definitely under-eating without even realizing it. In college, I definitely knew I wasn't eating enough when I woke up in the middle of the night hungry or when I still felt like a bottomless pit after dinner. That was a huge sign that I wasn't eating enough calories during the day. And it was so easy for that to happen because if I had a hard workout later in the day, I wouldn't want to eat a huge breakfast or a huge lunch because that would kind of weigh me down for the workout. So I'd have light meals during the day, and then after the hard workout, I wouldn't have a huge appetite because running makes my stomach feel a little sick. So it was just easy not to get enough calories without even trying. Another sign that I wasn't eating enough was delayed onset muscle soreness. If I was especially fatigued or tired or sore after a workout the next day, I knew I probably didn't get in enough food the day beforehand after my workout. Number two, waiting too long to eat after a long run or an intense session. So like I said, sometimes running, I don't know what it is about running because I never have this problem with swimming and biking, but after a really hard running workout, I just feel a little sick, like my stomach just feels off, and I don't really want to eat right away. But if I waited too long, then sometimes I would get home after a long run or a super hard interval workout and just feel ravenous and want to eat my entire kitchen. So having a snack on hand to just eat really quick after your workout would be so helpful. Number three, not honoring true hunger signals. Sometimes if it was like the mid-afternoon or right before bed, I'd feel a little bit hungry, but think to myself like, oh, I shouldn't be hungry right now. It's like 2:30, I just had lunch, or it's 10 p.m., like I'm ready to go to sleep, I don't need to eat more. But if your body is saying eat something, or if your mind is on food in any way, you probably need to eat, especially if you're training intensely, if you had a hard workout that day, even if you didn't, if your mind is on food, you are probably hungry. Number four, portion sizes. You know, when you were in high school, your parents would make a plate for you and just, scoop everything on it for you. Your portions were there right in front of you. That's what you needed to eat. But when you get to college, you have to start serving yourself, making quantities of food for yourself, and it's hard to know if you're eating enough. I mean, you can go off your body's signals, but it's hard. It's easier said than done. I still struggle with finding the perfect portion size. I just go off like how hungry I am. A normal person serving probably isn't enough for you because you are super active. You are training intensely. You need a lot of food. I feel like social media has had a huge negative effect on people when it comes to portion sizes. What we see on social media is so distorted. There are so many food Instagrammers, food bloggers on social media now who post pictures of their food, but those pictures are often distorted. What their portions look like is not accurate, or they add more to their food after they post that picture. They ate a lot beforehand. That's only a snack to them. We can't base portion sizes off of people on social media. People on social media aren't always training like you. They're not training super intensely. If they post a photo just eating vegetables, that does not mean that you need to just eat vegetables. You need more than the average person who's not running 10 miles a day, running 5 miles a day, swimming this much, biking this much. Number five, not realizing that some people just eat more than others. They need more food. I'm a really tall person, so I need more food than someone who is 6 to 12 inches shorter than me. A lot of my teammates were like 8 inches shorter than me and ate less because they were just shorter. That's okay. And naturally, I've always just been someone who grazes a lot, snacks a lot. My whole family is like that. We enjoy food, so we tend to always finish our food and always have snacks on hand. Next, I want to talk about treating yourself. I started eating a lot healthier in my junior and senior years because my sophomore year I had a lot of skin flare-ups and I wanted to cut out some of the unnecessary processed foods from my diet to see if that helped clear my skin. That definitely helped. I felt a lot better when I was running and I felt a lot better in general. Once I started eating healthier whole foods my junior and senior years, I noticed that my sugar cravings pretty much went away. I still treat myself whenever I want to, but I don't really crave unhealthy foods anymore. Like, I just genuinely don't crave them. My freshman and sophomore years, I would eat a lot of processed foods, a lot of candy, ice cream, which was fine, but once I stopped eating a lot of that, after a couple months, I stopped craving them. But I found when it comes to treating yourself, if you really want something, just have it. If you don't have it, you will spend your time thinking about it. If you try to eat something else because you think that's better for you, you're still probably gonna end up having the thing that you were craving initially. So just go ahead, eat whatever it is, even if it's a cookie, even if it's ice cream, it's okay. Your body wants it, your mind wants it, and you will feel better if you just eat it. Next, eating intuitively. This is so hard, and this is still something that I struggle with. Mental hunger versus physical hunger. You know, are you truly hungry or are you just bored? Story of my life, story of a lot of people's lives. Eating intuitively is easier said than done, I know. For me, I realized that I can't stick to standard meal times. Especially as an athlete, I get hungry a lot during the day. If I'm hungry, I'm gonna eat. It might be 2 p.m., I might have just had lunch, but if I'm still hungry, if food is still on my mind, then I'm going to eat because my body is truly hungry. Sometimes maybe you are just bored, but a lot of the times, if you're thinking about food, then your body wants that food. I've literally woken up at 1 a.m. super hungry and eaten almost a full meal on multiple occasions. I literally just did that last night because my body was truly hungry. If you're thinking about food, eat. You're not always going to feel starving either. I feel like this just comes from being an athlete. Like, I identify hungry as being like hungry, like hangry. I feel like that was a problem I ran into for a little while. I felt like I had to be like on edge or hangry in order to eat, which is so not true. I don't know if that's just because being an athlete, sometimes after a hard workout, you'll feel like super hungry, and that's what I thought hunger was. But it's okay to be like mildly hungry. That's what a normal person usually feels. Next, eating differently or eating healthier than others in a social setting. This one's huge for me because I'm often one of the healthier ones out of my group, especially if I'm not hanging out with other runners or triathletes or athletes in general. A lot of my friends don't eat super clean or super healthy, and that's fine. When I go out to eat, I order what I want and I don't care about what others are eating. I've definitely ordered a meal that I didn't necessarily want just because I thought people would judge me for getting like the chicken salad or something, which is so stupid. Order what you want. Honor your body's cravings. This goes along with eating intuitively. If you're really craving a burger, order the burger. If you want the healthy, lighter option, order that. You know, you don't have to please other people. Do what's best for you and your body and your mind. Next, navigating the dining hall and just cooking for yourself in college. The dining hall can definitely be a hard place to find nutritious and delicious foods when you're an athlete. A lot of the times the food that they make has a lot of gross added stuff to it or just tastes bad in general and is bad for you, which is so unfortunate. I recommend finding some staple items and sticking with those at the dining hall and then cooking for yourself whenever you can. There's often a healthier dining selection at most schools' dining halls, I'm pretty sure. I know Wake had one, so I would go to that station a lot, look at that first before going to the main section where they served food. Just being aware of what's actually in the food that you're eating. I know there were times freshman year when I thought I was eating something healthy when in reality it wasn't healthy at all. It had a ton of added sugars and gross ingredients that I really didn't need to be eating that were unnecessary and not adding to the taste. Make sure you're getting in all of your macronutrients, so that's your protein, your fat, and your carb. I'd usually go for something like grilled chicken and then a starchy carb like sweet potato or normal roasted potatoes, and then a healthy fat like hummus or avocado, guacamole if they had that. And then I'd always make sure I got in my micronutrients as well, so I'd have some leafy greens with some veggies. You know, I found those staple items, I found what worked for me. They weren't the fanciest meals ever, but they did the job and they still tasted good, or as good as dining hall food can taste. Small dorm kitchens. I honestly never really cooked when I lived in the dorms. I only cooked my senior year when I lived off campus in a house. I know at Wake you can only live off campus your senior year. It was rough, let me tell you. Even my house kitchen was pretty small and I had to make do with subpar appliances. You know, I was a college student on a budget. I'd recommend sticking with simple meals and investing in a crock pot. The crock pot is something I use now and it is a staple. It is a huge time saver and the food is so flavorful because you slow cook it. You have all day for whatever you're cooking to soak in that marinade that you put it in with it. So delicious. I really wish I had a crock pot in college. That would have saved me so much time and it would have made my food taste so much better. I didn't experiment enough with sauces, condiments, whatever, but I feel like a lot of that comes with time and experience in the kitchen. I'm still learning how to make a lot of new things, even though I've been cooking for myself for quite some time now. So cooking is a process. You get better throughout the years. When I was in college, I definitely was not the best chef by any means, but I did learn how to make some staple, simple meals. That's what I recommend for you. buy frozen fruit and vegetables to save money, make raw snacks like protein balls, that's what I do a lot now. And then meal prep, make extras so you have leftovers for the next time that you need to eat. That also saves a lot of time. Last, I want to talk a little bit about triathlon specific nutrition. Triathlon nutrition is a lot different from running nutrition. There is still so much that I have to learn when it comes to fueling properly for triathlon. But what I've learned is that I have to have a huge breakfast every day. Even if it's 6 a.m., I have trained my stomach to handle a full, huge bowl of oatmeal with banana, an egg, peanut butter, like the full deal, because usually my days are front-loaded with workouts. I have a lot of my harder, more intense sessions in the morning. That means I have to eat a lot beforehand so I don't bonk out during those sessions and feel terrible. I usually wake up a couple hours before my first session in the morning and get in a huge breakfast. After my first workout, I'll have a snack, usually a high protein snack, just because that's more filling. Then I'll have a pretty big lunch after the morning's done. I always have a bar or some kind of sports fluid, gel on hand, because I never know when I'm gonna get hungry. Honestly, the hunger could strike at any time. It's pretty irritating, to be honest. Like, you'll feel full, and then 30 minutes later, you're like, oh my gosh, I have no energy. Strangest feeling ever. Honestly, nutrition is just a lot of trial and error. It takes a while to figure out what foods actually keep you full for a long time and that provide you specifically with long-lasting energy. For some people, that might be toast, banana, cereal in the morning. For me, it's always oatmeal. If I don't have oatmeal, I will literally get hungry like an hour later. With triathlon training, I notice that I'm not eating enough if I feel really fatigued on the bike. That's where I notice the first signs of not feeling properly. It's the larger muscle groups, your huge leg muscles, I don't know, you just need a lot of energy, and if you haven't been giving your body enough calories, you'll definitely know it because you'll feel terrible on the bike. That's what I've learned. I don't know if that applies to everyone, but that's what I found for me especially. Alright guys, so I just want to end the video with some general thoughts about nutrition. You need to eat a lot if you're an athlete, if you're training at the Division I level, if you're training for a triathlon, no matter how old you are, how young you are, if you're training for something, you need to eat a lot of food. If you undereat, you will run into injuries, you will feel really fatigued, your performance will go downhill. Please eat. Alright guys, so that's it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. This video was honestly kind of hard to make. I don't know if I got everything I needed to say out there, but if you have any more questions, please let me know down in the comments. Like, share, subscribe, it helps me out a lot. And I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Peace.